what are sort of the best practices and non-negotiables for somebody in the speaking business?
So I mentioned Alan Weiss. The other person who's been a significant mentor to me was Nito Quabine. And probably 30 years ago, I was talking about my business model, and he sat me down on a stage, and it was here in San Diego after he spoke, but he said, "What do you do?" And I said, "I do leadership training." So he put my initials into a circle and then drew one spoke off and had leadership training. He said, "It's just been my experience that people in this business who only have one thing that they do have a significant problem of survival in ups and downs of this industry." And he said, "You know what? You could write a book." He said, "You could do a keynote. You could do consulting. You could do assessments." But he drew all the spokes. And I really did go back and started working on every one of the additional spokes that he talked about. And that's been the success of my career. Even during the pandemic, our annual income did not change. It stayed consistent all the way through the pandemic, which was hard to do in the speaking industry, but it did it because I've always said this, something's hot. Something is always hot. Sometimes it's the employee engagement surveys. For me, the last 10 years, the executive advisory business that I do has been hot. And most of the time, I just am working with a CEO or a C-level leader. They'll tell me about a leader that they are challenged by. And I said, "You know what? If you could have that person be coached by me, I promise I'll bring you more joy." And today I have about 85 people on my coaching list that I support each month for a half hour. They have unlimited access to me, but I support them for a planned 1/2 hour a month. And it's been really the greatest change in my life because I can do the executive advisory work from pretty much anywhere. And it truly is the lowest labor, highest value that I can give.